I'm sorry. They're smart people. That's amazing. Okay, so essay. Almost done. I have about 2 pages left, and then out of there. And that's just impressive. Right now, my mom and I are headed to Dollar Tree to do some craft shopping because we're going to be doing a bunch of crafts on Thanksgiving. So, gotta get some supplies. And then I have work at 4. That's why I'm in my own car. It's because I'm gonna have to drive up to work after this, so. That's all that's happening at the moment. I'm very proud of myself for the work I did last night and this morning to get as much as I did done. I wrote 4 paragraphs on the importance of money and the minting and stamping of money in ancient Greek culture, which I didn't think needed more than a sentence or 2. And I don't know if they are good paragraphs, but they are paragraphs nonetheless. I had some bad sources that I was determined to use because I couldn't find anything else. Nothing was working, so I looked for something else and found a better source that I got multiple quotes out of, which is basically all I use sources for, is a quote. I have to use footnotes in this essay, which is helping actually move stuff down. It takes away some of the space in each page for actual writing, so that I have less space to write. Therefore, it's hard to explain. I'll probably cut this out, but that's okay. I don't know. I'm just really happy with the work I did. I should have been working like this on Saturday. If I had, it probably would have been done by now because of all the time I wasted on Saturday. And on Sunday too. It just wasn't as much on Sunday. But yesterday and today I've been working my tail off to make up for it. I wanted to get 2 other subjects done before tomorrow, which is not going to happen, obviously, but I am definitely going to try to do what I can tomorrow so that I will be free on Thursday. If I write my Spanish essays and at least 2 more pages of my disabilities thing, I will be fine. Preferably would want to write the whole disabilities thing, but that's actually not due until Wednesday, so that doesn't have as much urgency. Now that I'm almost done with this essay, what's scaring me now is the 3 short essays I have to write for British Lit, just because I'll have to think of 3 separate topics and argue them. I know it's only 2 to 3 pages, but still. Hopefully those won't take me too long. I can't remember how long they used to take me. But the British Lit and the American Lit essays aren't due until Friday of next week. So I'm really not super worried about those. If I can't get those done this week, I can do them next week. So, it's not that bad. And what I'm really concerned about is the 3 that I was supposed to do before Thanksgiving. Also, me being me, I probably won't edit my philosophy essay. I'll just leave it the way it is. It's a good thing that this essay is due in philosophy and not in literature, because the literature people grade harder. The last time we wrote something for him, we were all pretty sure he just gave us all a 93, no matter what. Because we started talking about our grades and we realized we all had 93, so I'm sure he'll grade this one harder because it's the project of the semester. I'm supposed to have been working on it since August. That didn't happen, but it's okay. I'm much better at working at one time than, over months. Doing it in these 4 days is stressful just because of all the other essays I have to write. But otherwise, this is really the best way for me to write it because I won't forget or lose track of where I'm at or what I'm writing about, which was the original plan, was that I do this. I just didn't realize I would have so many other essays to do over the break, which is partially my fault and partially not. I had the opportunity to do a few of these before Thanksgiving break and just didn't. But there are others that specifically meant to be done over Thanksgiving break. Like my Spanish and my disabilities were both meant to be done over Thanksgiving break. My American history was as well, but that one would have been easier to have done before. Which I did actually do the full draft, but I'll have to rewrite it to make an argument like he wanted. That's why that one I'm not super worried about, is because I have all the words there. I'll have to change stuff to fit the new topic, but the topic is similar and it involves the same sources. So I won't have to change too much, and I don't know where I'm going. Okay, so I went the wrong way. I couldn't see my mother, who was leading me, and I took a wrong turn. Well, no, I went straight and she turned. Not much of a difference. Just gonna turn around in this Dollar General up here. I don't know if this is a southern thing or not. The Dollar Generals are everywhere. Like, this isn't the one I went to on Saturday, but it's almost the same distance away. It's a little bit farther, but by like a minute. And there's basically a Dollar General in every town. Like, if you don't have anything else, you have a Dollar General. Okay, so work was good and it was work. I just stocked stuff for the majority of the time. Got home and now I'm working on my paper. But reading a source, it used the word apotheosis. Like from the guy who didn't like musicals. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that was a real word. If you haven't seen The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, they say in the beginning and a few other times things like the apotheosis is upon us. And this theater group, being such a wacky, weird group, that's not unusual for them to just make up a word or do something like that. So I thought this was just their fun way of saying apocalypse. But that's a real word, with a real meaning. It means the highest point in the development of something, culmination or climax. What? But it actually makes sense. If you think about it, according to the aliens who are singing the first song, when it said, this form of being is the highest point that a human can reach. It's the climax. Plus, also, he says it at the end of the bridge, which is of the song, and the bridge is normally the climax of a song. I'm sorry, they're smart people. That's amazing.